Hi, I'm Gavin. I'm here today to show you a wine making kit, and what I'm going to do is I have a Young's Country black cherry flavoured wine kit. That's a 6-bottle wine kit. But what I'm going to do, rather than just making that on its own, I'm going to mix it with the Wilkinsons Smooth and Light Chardonnay, just to give it some more flavour and body. I have another one of these kits which I'm going to do from concentrate, and I probably won't be adding anything to it, although I do have some oak chips which I may try and see what sort of flavour that gives the wine. To this wine, all I do is add granulated sugar. Some people use wine making sugar or brewing sugar. I find there isn't really a great deal of difference between the two. I think this probably does give a slight different flavour to your wine, but yeah, I'm not too bothered about that. That doesn't affect the wine too much. Right, so what I'm going to do is just gather my brewing equipment. I've got a fermenting vessel, I've got an airlock. It's all been nicely sanitised, it's all clean and sanitised. It's always very important to sanitise your equipment. I've heard some people use Starsan. I haven't got Starsan. I use Camden tablets generally. I use a couple of those, dissolve it in the water, then set it for about 20 minutes. Then that is nicely sanitised once it's been rinsed around the bucket or the fermenting vessel. I will put a video on at some stage showing this process. I've got some beer kits to make, so I shall show you how to make some beers, and what I do when I put them over to the keg, because I keg mine. You can siphon it into bottles and condition it in the bottle. So without further ado, I shall go and get my equipment, and I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Alright, so I've got my fermenting vessel here. It's all been clean and sanitised. Firstly, I'll start with the black cherry Young's wine kit. You can see that. Basically, in these kits, it comes with that on there, like that. You pull that off, and you can see that's where your concentrate is, and it's nice in there. Inside here, underneath this cardboard, basically what you get is some stabiliser. You use that at the end. You get finings, again you use that at the end of the fermentation process, that helps it clear. And you get your wine yeast. This is it. Pack it. I had to change the memory card on the camera there. It ran out of memory halfway through recording. Right, where was I up to now? I've got the Wilkinsons kit, which came with wine yeast, yeast nutrient. I will use those on the next step or so. And then that came with, that's from the other kit, came with wine finings, A and B. What you'd normally do with this is add one sachet, then leave it for 12 to 24 hours, and then you would add the other one there, and then leave it another 12 hours. Then the wine should clear. Right, with this one I need my trusty can opener, so it's been clean and sanitised. Sanitisation is very, very important, so you don't want to pick up any bugs. Right, again with this kit, pour that into your bucket along with the black cherry juice. Then you want to get as much of that juice out as you can. And I just give that another quick rinse under the tap to get the rest of the juice. Just get it stuck to the side of the can. Okay, I want to save that because it's a nice big vessel, and I can decant some cold water out the tap and put it into the bucket. Once I've got my sugar dissolved, just put the kettle on. I've got a measuring jug here, that's just to put the sugar into to dissolve it. That has been sanitised and clean. I've got a 1 kilogram bag of sugar here. I think that's going to be enough for this kit, to be honest. I will use a hydrometer and test that out a bit later on. I just need to get my stirrer, find that. Stirrer there, it's been sanitised. Be careful with this, on this stage this is very hot water. That's dissolved. Pour the rest of my sugar in there. Give it a good mix to dissolve the sugar, and do be careful here because this is extremely hot water. much in there to get the last of the sugar. I'll just rest that in there. Now that's that stage complete. What I will do now is start filling that up with some cold water now. And I'm going to fill it to the 23 litre mark on the wine. Now you should really take a temperature of this to make sure it's the right sort of temperature for adding your wine yeast. If you add the wine yeast in while it's too hot, it can kill the yeast and then you will have no fermentation take place. Just top this up with water. Right, I'll be back to you when I've topped this up to 23 litres. Right, I'm back now. I've filled this bucket to just slightly over the 23 litre mark. So what I'm going to do now is just give that a bit of a mix. So it should now be an even temperature all the way through the wine. Yeah, that's a nice temperature. Right, what I'm going to do, I have got two kits here in one fermenter. I only did that really to add flavour to the Wilkinsons kit. So what I'm going to do is the Wilkinsons kit, I think I'm going to just leave their ingredients out altogether because I haven't changed the volume of the wine at all. All I've done is just change the intensity of the flavour of the wine. It's still a 30 bottle kit, so right. So what I'm going to do is add my yeast and nutrients and then my wine yeast. Just do is mix that yeast nutrients in there. Now what I will do right, apologies for that, I had to go and take a phone call. Right, before I added my yeast nutrients I forgot to take a hydrometer reading. So it may be slightly out now because I've added the nutrients into the wine. Should have done that first. But here I've got my measure here. And that's showing a potential alcohol reading. This is only a potential. It may not ferment out all the way. It's going to be about 16% volume there, or 16% ABV. Let's have a look there, 16. That's going to be about 1.0334, if I get that reading right. So you get 1.34 or 1.034. Apologise for that. I'll just add that back to the wine. Right, now I've done that, I will make a note of that reading and then take another reading when it's finished fermenting. I'll just get my wine yeast open and place that in the wine. Give that a little dab around to make sure it's mixed. I'm not going to go too crazy on mixing the wine yeast in, just enough to make sure it's not clumped together. Okay, I'm just going to go and grab my lid for this bucket and the airlock. Going to grab that now from the bucket that is full of sanitizer. Right, I'll just screw that on there. Now I've put some water in this airlock. Basically the idea of an airlock is so that when this starts fermenting it's going to produce CO2 and alcohol. That's a byproduct of the yeast eating the sugar. So the idea is it stops, it lets the air escape so it doesn't explode on you, but it stops anything going in any nasties or anything that you don't want in your wine. Just put that cap on. Now a good way to test that you've got a good seal here, so just give the bottle a little squeeze and it should glug on you, as you can see. And again, if you apply some pressure and they should stay pretty level, I shouldn't move about. That means there's a good seal on the bucket. Right, we should be back in probably about 7 days, if not slightly longer than that. Okay, thanks for watching the video.